Namaskar, good morning. This is Suraj Singh, back to you for Constitution India discussion. As did before, in conclusion to that one, I am going again to discuss Constitution of India, Bharat Savidhaan, as usual, which must be known to all. Just trying to help you. If you are interested to get help, or it's my duty to help you to continue with this. I hope so. You will continue with this. Those who don't know, you can see what is this book, Bharat Savidhaan. In Hindi it is. You can read this, Government Union of India and Bharat Savidhaan. And you go next on this is preambles. In Hindi it is, in English it is both. Bharat Savidhaan, हम भारत के लोग, उन्होंने बनाया ये संविधान आपके लिए, हमारे लिए, सबके लिए। भारत के 140 करोड़ लोग, उस समय 35 करोड़ थे, आज 140, चाहे 1000 करोड़ हो जाए, संविधान सब पे लागू होगा, हमेशा लागू होगा। जब तक लोग जिएंगे, इस देश में रहेंगे, जन्म लेंगे इस देश में, सब पे लागू होगा। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस। भारत का संविधान मैं पहले ही पढ़ता रहा हूँ, आपको बताता रहा हूँ, और अब आपके ऊपर है कि आप इसको कितना लेते हैं, कैसे लेते हैं, ये आपकी चॉइस। भारत का संविधान एक ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट जो हर एक को समझ आता नहीं है, लेकिन समझना आवश्यक है, क्योंकि ये डॉक्यूमेंट ही ऐसा है। हम भारत के लोग Constitution of India, Preamble. We, people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring dignity of individual and unity and integrity of nation. In our Constitutional Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. सिंपल भाषा में भारत का संविधान, सबसे पहला पेज, आर्टिकल से पहले इसको प्रियम्बल बोलते हैं। अब मैं ऑर्डिनरी हिंदी में समझा रहा हूँ। हम भारत के लोग ये फैसला करते हैं अपनी निष्ठा से कि हम भारत का फैसला करते हैं, भारत को गठित करते हैं नियमित रूप से एक ऐसे राज्य में जो प्रभु सत्ता संपन्न है, जो सामाजिकवादी है, समाजवादी है, जो धर्म पंथ निरपेक्ष है, जो लोकतांत्रिक है और जो गणतांत्रिक है। और हम अपने नागरिकों को सिक्योर करते हैं, गारंटी देते हैं कि उनको न्याय मिलेगा, सामाजिक न्याय, आर्थिक न्याय, राजनीतिक न्याय उनको मिलेगी। आज़ादी, स्वतंत्रता, विचारों की लिखकर या बोलकर देने की, विश्वास की और पूजा करने की पद्धति की, उनको बराबरी मिलेगी किसी भी पद पे, किसी भी स्टेटस में और किसी भी मौके की, किसी भी तलाश की जिसकी वो तलाश कर रहे हों, कि हमें कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले, हमें कोई ऐसा समय मिले कि हम आगे बढ़ें, एंड उनमें प्रगति देना, उनमें आगे बढ़ाना, सब में भाईचारा, हर एक की इज्जत को आगे बढ़ाना, हर एक की इज्जत होना जितनी उसको चाहिए, जितनी उसकी कैपेबिलिटी है, और देश की यूनिटी को, देश की एकता को संभाल के रखना, देश को सारे को मिला के रखना। ये आज के दिन इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में 26 नवंबर 1949 के दिन हमने इस संविधान को अपनाया, एडॉप्ट किया, इसको कानूनी रूप दिया, नियमित रूप दिया, संवैधानिक रूप दिया, और ये हमने फिर अपने आप को इस संविधान को सौंप लिया। इसलिए हमारा ही संविधान हमारे द्वारा बनाया गया, हमारे द्वारा नियुक्त किया गया, इसको पार्लियामेंट ने नियुक्त नहीं किया, भारतीय जनता ने नियुक्त किया। इसको समझना चाहिए, ये पार्लियामेंट से पास नहीं हुआ, भारतीय जनता सबसे बड़ी पार्लियामेंट है जिसने पास किया और उसे खुद अपने को दिया और अपने को लागू किया। ये कहता है ये प्रियम्बल। एक बार फिर सुन लीजिए आपके नॉलेज के लिए, क्योंकि बार बार सुनने से बढ़ जाते हैं नॉलेज। प्रियम्बल ये कहता है We, people of India, हम भारत के लोग, having solemnly resolved to constitute India, हमने आपस में फैसला किया है निष्ठा से कि हम भारत को ऐसा संगठित करेंगे into a sovereign, एक प्रभुसत्ता, socialist, सामाजिक, जैसे समाज का बराबरी, सोशलिस्ट, समाजवादी, सेकुलर, पंथ निरपेक्ष, डेमोक्रेटिक, लोकतांत्रिक, रिपब्लिक, आप कह सकते हैं रिपब्लिक को जहाँ किंग नहीं होता है, गणतांत्रिक होता है, उसको रिपब्लिक डे हम मनाते हैं, जैसे गणतंत्र का दिवस, गण का राज्य, एंड टू सिक्योर टू ऑल सिटीजन, और इसके हर नागरिक को हम देंगे, सिक्योर करेंगे, मजबूती से कह सकते हैं कि उनको हम पूरी सुविधा देंगे, इन चीज़ों के लिए अधिकार देंगे, जिसमें आते हैं जस्टिस, जिसको हम बोलते हैं न्याय, उसमें सामाजिक न्याय है, आर्थिक न्याय है और राजनीतिक न्याय है, खाली न्यायालय का न्याय नहीं है। उसके सिवाय उसमें लिबर्टी है, लिबर्टी का मतलब आज़ादी है, उसमें विचारों की आज़ादी है, जो सोचते हैं आप उसकी आज़ादी है, जो बोलते हैं आप उसकी आज़ादी है, और जो लिखते हैं आप उसकी आज़ादी है, और जो आप कोई विश्वास रखते हैं, आप आत्मविश्वास रखते हैं, आप जो पूजा करते हैं, उनकी स्वतंत्रता आपको ये देता है, और बराबरी देता है, इक्वालिटी देता है, आपके पद की या सामाजिक पद हो, चाहे वो नौकरी का पद हो या पॉलिटिकल पद हो या कोई भी पद हो, आपको हर जगह बराबरी का हक ये देता है, और कहीं भी आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही हो, चाहे अपॉर्चुनिटी किसी भी काम के लिए हो, वो देता है, और वो देता है प्रमोशन देता है, हम सबको कहते हैं आगे बढ़िए, उन्नति करिए, और एक साथ फ्रेटर्निटी रखिए, भाईचारा रखिए देश के अंदर, हर व्यक्ति की इज्जत है, जो कोई भी इंडिविजुअल है उसकी इज्जत होगी, जितनी उसको मिलनी चाहिए वो मिलेगी, और देश की एकता, देश की अखंडता सामान्य नहीं, अच्छी तरह से एक रहनी चाहिए। ये हमारा कहता है प्रियम्बल, इसको समझना बहुत आवश्यक है। एंड वो 26 जनवरी के दिन, आज के दिन कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में 26 डे ऑफ नवंबर को 26 नवंबर को 1949 को हमने इसको अपनाया, इसको एडॉप्ट किया, इसको हमने नियमित रूप दिया, कानून का रूप दिया, असंवैधानिक रूप दिया, और हमने इसको स्वयं को, अपने आप को दे दिया, हमने इसको वी गिव टू आवरसेल्व्स दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, हमने किसी और को नहीं दिया, दूसरे देश के लोगों को नहीं दिया, अपने सारे लोगों को जिन्होंने बनाया था, जिन्होंने अप्रूव किया था, उसको हमने अपने आप को समर्पित कर दिया। कि हमारा संविधान, हम अपने आप को समर्पित करते हैं कि हम सारे भारत के लोग इस संविधान को मानेंगे, इसके लेटर को, इसकी आत्मा को, इसके अक्षरों को, इनके मतलबों को हम मानेंगे और अपने ऊपर करेंगे। यह है इसका मतलब। अगर आप ये मतलब समझते हैं तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ये छोटी बात नहीं, बहुत बड़ी बात है। Well, this is just brief explanation in simple English and simple Hindi, though there is very difficult English writing written on this book. I don't want to go to that because that is very difficult and everybody cannot understand very difficult English, because we are not very good in writing and speaking English, or you can say speaking is no problem, but writing and reading English in a proper way, Hindi in a proper way, very difficult. English we can write, we can speak, because we are learned to speak English, right, to speak, and our education is based on English. Sorry. So English and Hindi both are there, though these are available in many other languages which I am not used to, but I am used to English and Hindi. And Hindi is very important to be explained to people, because everybody cannot understand English, and so I did my best to find out what to speak and what not to speak about this. These preambles we'll discuss later on what these preambles are. That's a very significant part, because without these preambles, this constitution could not be evolved, and this constitution constitutes of 395 articles. In addition, the many appendices are there, many schedules are there, and J&K official order is there, and there are amendments more than 100 that we'll discuss later on. Even if we just take in one music like many hours, and many hours nobody can view just early morning, because now it's early morning time, and I'm just trying to explain to people, so there is no one at this time, and there's no problem at all. They can read later on, they can read later on. Question is, I issued many videos on live Facebook in last few weeks regarding constitution of भारत, constitution of भारत का संविधान। वो हमारा संविधान जो एक छतरी है हमारे लिए, एक छाता है हमारे लिए, that's like an umbrella for us, that protects us from all ill doings, protects us from illegal acts, and that saves us, that protects us. There are many officials sitting, many authorities sitting, power sitting in this country that are required to protect this constitution. The first one is ourselves. Second one is President of India. It's the official duty of President of this country, formal duty, legal duty, that he has to protect this constitution. He has to ensure that nobody is given any injustice, nobody is obstructed from rising, and nobody is obstructed from doing whatever legally can be done. Same thing is Supreme Court is there, which is there judicially to protect our rights, and there is government that has also a duty to protect this country. This government, no government minister takes oath, undertakes oath that they will protect this. They say that they will comply with provisions of this constitution and do not reveal secrets to someone. Their oath is different. The oath of President of India is exclusively to protect this constitution. This means exclusively President of India is a power that is a proctor you can say protector of this constitution. This means that person is protector of us all, protector of Bharat ki public of this country. So it is duty of president as a protector of my rights, fundamental rights, general rights, and all rights. So my citizen number one, whom we call the President of India, we call an armed commander, the Supreme Commander of all armed forces, we call him, he is Supreme Commander of our rights as well. It doesn't. You cannot say that's a seal. You can say that he's just a title or head. You cannot say that. He has powers. He's above Prime Minister. He's above Speaker. He's above Lok Sabha. He's above Chairman of Sabha. He's above Vice President, and he's above all. And he reports to public. He's head of Parliament. Parliament constitutes of Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha plus President of India. It's not simply you can say Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. No, that is incomplete Parliament. Complete Parliament is Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha, President of India. लोक सभा है मिला दीजिए, राज्यसभा मिला दीजिए, और भारत के राष्ट्रपति महोदय को, माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी को, और जो भी आप कह सकते हैं उसको, महामहिम राष्ट्रपति महोदय जी को मिला दीजिए. वो सब तीनों यूनिट मिलके, तीनों इंस्टीट्यूशंस मिलके, इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ लोक सभा प्लस इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ राज्यसभा प्लस इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ दिस कंट्री, इस ऑल मेक parliament of this country. You have to understand that. It's not simply Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha. Again, I am telling you, it's Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha plus President of India equal Parliament of Bharat, India. This means we are all related to President of India directly for purpose of everything that Parliament is doing, because in Parliament, in Lok Sabha are sitting our representatives, our attorneys to whom we voted, and in Rajya Sabha are sitting intellectual people, should be intellectual people, though maybe or may not be there, but they must be capable on their fields, and they have to supervise, they have to, you can say, endorse, or they have to, you can say, proof check what work is done by Lok Sabha on bills and legislations. It is their duty to ensure that Lok Sabha has done right. They can raise question. This is our system. Lok Sabha is lower house in law, but it is not lower in power. Lok Sabha is lower house and Rajya Sabha is higher house, because Rajya Sabha means intellectual people, and those people who are experts in their field, and Lok Sabha is people elected by people, representatives elected by public directly under Article 81 of this Constitution, which says public of Bharat have to elect their respective representatives from constituencies, territorial constituencies of this country, which means from every constituency, one member of parliament belonging to Lok Sabha shall go, and that person is your representative. You are honor of that person. You are, as a collective voter or electorate of that constituency, all voters in combination elect one MP, and that MP is a representative of each and every voter of that constituency, whether or not voter voted or has not voted. That doesn't matter. That person is your representative, your agent, you may say. That person takes your problem, must take your problem, must interact with you, and you must interact with him if you have to see right democracy. If you have to see stolen democracy, or you say polluted democracy, then neither you know that MP and nor that MP know you. And that is, you can say, robbery. If I don't know my MP, if I cannot talk to him, I cannot talk to him about my problems. He cannot ask me, doesn't come to my area and raise questions to people and ask people what I have done in this 1 year, 2 years in Lok Sabha. There is no meaning of having an MP. It may be MP of all areas. If your MP does not come to me, if your MLA doesn't come to me, there is no meaning of having such MLA or MP. Then that person should be thrown out. Simple. You are paying them their salaries, you are paying them their bungalows, you are paying them their flats, you are paying them their rail travel, you are paying them their air flight travel, you are paying them food, you are paying them every guard you are paying them. Is there is nothing left that you are not paying them, and you are paying them from hard-earned money, from your taxes, house tax, GST, income tax, other tax, road tax. All these taxes go to either state government and to central government, and these people enjoy based on your hard-earned, sweetheart money. They enjoy their lives forever. For these 5 years, they take salaries, and then pensions, all of our facilities are there. They avail all those facilities. So you are paying them. To president, you are paying. To vice president, you are paying. To prime minister, you are paying. To ministers, you are paying. To MPs, you are paying. To MLAs, you are paying. To chief ministers, you are paying. To ministers, you are paying. There is no one left to whom you are not paying from this state fund or from government fund or from the solidarity fund. So it is your right to ask them what you have done. There is no question of fearing. There is no question of scare. You should be scared. No, I am not afraid. I am paying you, Mr. President. I am paying you, Mr. Prime Minister. I am paying you, Mr. Minister. You are my servant, legal servant, constitutional servant. I am honor of Constitution. Every one of us is honor. 1 over 140 crores honor. Everyone is of today. You are honor. I am honor, because we are appointing them, particularly MLAs and MP, we are directly appointing, and our representatives, MPs and MLAs, they appoint their PM, or can say country's PM and chief minister of that state. So they are our juniors, our MPs are our juniors, they are our attorneys, they are our general, you can say general attorney. And just like we issue general power of attorney when you buy some house, or you take a possession of something from someone, you issue specific power of attorney when you appoint some general power, specific power to some person in a company. Same way, so you are not signing any GPA, but meaning is same. When you are voting, it's a kind of agreement. You can say when you vote, it means you are giving your consent that this person should be your representative to Lok Sabha or to assembly or to municipality or to panchayat, wherever elections are conducted, because elections are conducted under democratic values of this country, democratic laws of this country, and election commission is your servant for purpose of administration of elections of Lok Sabha, elections of, you can say, state assemblies, and elections of Rajya Sabha and whatever is there. It's his job to serve you. He's a service provider. He's not my boss. He's not, let him be gazetted officer or class 1 officer. That doesn't make a difference to my health. I am paying him to work for me, to conduct elections wherever required, whatever required. He's paid for that. Similarly, president is paid for that because election commission reports to president. And all MPs are paid because they represent us. Now there are 542 to 5, whatever MP numbers there. They're all your servants, public servants. We all pay them, and they have to work for us. And if they don't work, forget what is written in Constitution, you have a right to ask them. Of course, you cannot ask them to resign, but if you want, they have to resign. Because you are not satisfied, you can say you are not working for public, better resign and elect someone. You have virtual right, you can say tacit right, or you may say this is indirect right. When you are voting them, you ask them, you can raise them questions. This is your fundamental right, because you elected them. Electors appointed them. You appoint one MP, one MLA from area, so it is your right to ask them what you did for them. And it is his duty to answer that I have done this for you. And if you don't ask him and he doesn't answer or she doesn't answer, this means you are a sleeping voter, and that person knows that you are a sleeping voter. That person shall not care about you, shall not worry about you. Oh, let him go to hell every 5 years. I'll pay some bottle of whiskey, I'll pay some money, and I'll pay something else, a blanket, some poor, and I'll get votes. That tendency develops in mind of that person who is MP or MLA. You have to change that mindset. If you change that mindset, you shall be making this country happier, modified. For that, you have to think for this country. Unfortunately, what I have observed, though I'm not very experienced, I'm not an expert in politics, I have not studied anything like that, but common sense tells me that we are a country that do not care about our country. There are such people who don't care about our country, and this is really unfortunate. We are so many people, more than 1 billion people, 130, 140 crores people, and half of them, you can say, are working class, you can say. Many of them, lakhs and lakhs of them, are engineers and doctors and professors and lecturers and teachers, and they're all intellectual class. And we are not speaking. We are not speaking, we are worried. And these 542 MPs, they are not intellectuals. They may be intellectuals, but they are not supposed to be intellectual because they are just coming by voting elections, direct voting, and they don't care. We don't ask them qualifications. Constitution doesn't mandate them, you must be qualified. But Constitution does not stop you to ask them that you should be qualified, you should be educated, you should be pragmatic. This is your prerogative. That is why Constitution is silent on that. Constitution left this consideration onto voter. What sort of candidate do you prefer? You prefer qualified one. Nobody can ask you why you are asking for qualified, because I want qualified person. So this is my prerogative. It's not prerogative of that party head who floats that candidate. You reject that candidate who is not suitable to you. This is your constitutional right to accept or to reject bad candidate. But for that you have to open your eyes, open your minds. But you are not opening your eyes and opening your minds. You are just depending on one person in a state and one person in union that he will be prime minister. You never think to elect MP. You always think to elect PM, which you cannot think. There is no, again I am telling you, every time I am telling, if you go to constitutional views, understand constitution, you will find no article where it is written that public of this country shall elect prime minister. And it's not written anywhere that there shall be a prime minister. There is no separate chapter. It's written in there shall be a council of ministers, that also under government and the union, their president, their vice president, like this. In same chapter it's given there shall be a council of ministers, and at head of council of ministers there is a prime minister sits. Means there shall be a council of ministers, at head prime minister sits. That's it. This means prime minister is not an autonomous person. Prime minister is a person in between president and you can say cabinet. It's not whole soul, but they pose at their whole soul, and public is misled by that. Public thinks that you are electing prime minister, which is misconception of public. You cannot elect prime minister. You can elect only, you can constitute Lok Sabha under Article 81 of Constitution, which means you can elect your MP, and those MP's body shall elect leader of Lok Sabha, and that is called prime minister. It doesn't say that majority party should be there or minority should be there. Constitution of this country does not mandate on that. There is no need of any political party according to Constitution of this country. There is no need of a majority of that political party. That is only by practice, not by Constitution. If suppose there are 450 independent candidates win, then where is party? By chance, let us consider. If 400 or more than 400 candidates from independent status, they come to Lok Sabha, where is party? This means there is no party. Those candidates who win, they will sit together, and they will ask people who is interested to become president, or president can ask who is interested to become prime minister, come on. So there may be 4 candidates, 5 candidates, 10 candidates, they can come, and you elect them. Who gets more votes is leader of house. So leader of house is prime minister. This in Lok Sabha I'm talking, I'm not Rajya Sabha. This means prime minister heads Lok Sabha and speaker presides Lok Sabha. That is difference. Prime minister reports to Lok Sabha and his speaker is president of Lok Sabha. This is arrangement. This means prime minister is supposed to report to all MPs. MPs Lok Sabha, which is a body in itself. You can say in Hindi, Vidhayika, एक तरह का legislative body, Lok Sabha, as which constitutes all member of parliaments of Lok Sabha. Prime Minister and all ministers are required by law, by constitution, to report to members, honorable members of Lok Sabha. This is provision, but it is not happening like that. People are not raising their mind. People are not understanding what we are. In 70 years, we could not understand what is our constitution, what we should know about this. Oh, whatever we are told by these leaders, these are cheat leaders, whatever they tell, we believe that. Because what they come on to rallies and speeches, they say this and that, we understand, oh, he's right. And it's better read yourself to understand, to think what was fabricated for you, what was constituted for you, what are your rights, what are your duties. Until and unless you know them, you realize them, you cannot run this country in a professional way, in a constitutional way. There is a constitution, a very good constitution, framed constitution, explanatory constitution, professionally agreed constitution, but public ignore that. Only those people who are involved in law, they know about constitution. They too do not know thoroughly. They know which article is required. Yes, when you appear in examination of senior advocate in the Supreme Court, there is a question. There are many questions from Constitution of India. They must know that, and many other laws they must know for purpose of getting elected or getting certified as senior advocate of Supreme Court or High Court. For them, they know everything. But as common citizens of this country, I, you, and all must understand what our constitution speaks and mandates. If I cannot understand that, I am not doing justice to my nation, justice to myself, justice to society, and justice to whatever problems are coming. I don't have any capacity to solve them because I don't understand in which country, in which system I am living and you are living. We don't understand that. So there is a confusion degree which prevails in society, and people remain confused. When election comes, they say, "Oh, I have to elect prime minister." That is wrong conception. You have no authority as citizen of this country. You have no privilege. You have no power to elect your prime minister. You have top power is you have to elect MP who is above prime minister according to provisions of this constitution, because MP goes to legislature and prime minister does not go to legislature. Prime minister go to executive, and executive means a separate body. Legislature is higher than executive because executive reports to legislature. This is provision. And judiciary is a separate body, nothing to do with executive, nothing to do with legislature. There are silver linings between judiciary and executive and legislature that we have to understand properly. Those who understand, they will enjoy, and those who don't want to understand, they cannot understand. If you go to villages, if you go to remote areas where people don't know anything, language they don't know, English they don't know, Hindi they don't know, reading they don't know, you cannot expect them. But I expect at least those educated class who are even 12th standard, or who are graduates and postgraduates and doctorates and professional engineers, professional doctors, professional accountants, professional and higher profile people who are called intellectual class. If they do not take this liability, if they do not take this responsibility and obligation, what I can expect and you can expect them to do for country. They shall not do nothing for this country because they don't know this is their country. They just want to live in this country for sake of living, for sake of their families, their kids, and that as a unit of their family, they should thrive, they should progress, and let country go to darkness, no problem. This is conception. Our country, though we are shouting Bharat Mata ki Jai, if though you don't speak Bharat Mata ki Jai or anti-national, we are only just cheating ourselves. Because first we have to know Bharat Mata. What is Bharat Mata? This is Bharat Mata. This is the Constitution is telling what is Bharat Mata, but we do not understand. We do not understand anything, and this is our problem. It's our. You can say I should curse myself, and you should curse yourself, because we don't want to know something. We only want to know something where we get some certificate of BA, MA, PhD, or whatever, and we care for our kids that my kids should be settled properly. You are just worried for purpose of progress of your family all over this country, all classes. Rickshawala is happy to get some money, earn and live and sleep. Same thing, all classes of people that way. There are hardly 2-3% people who may be thinking about the country, or those people who at time of 1947 or from 1857 1947, I don't think they did justice to ourselves, because they thought we will be very good people in future, we will protect this country, we will think for this country, but unfortunately they did not know that we are all selfish society. We people are selfish. 98% people in our country are selfish. They are not nationals. In fact, truly speaking, they are not nationals. If they are nationals, they should think for nation. They are not thinking at all for nation. I have talked to many doctors, many professors, many those people who are duty bound to know this constitution, but they don't even know what is constitution. They have never seen this book, unfortunately. They are only interested in their field to do practice, to make money, or to do government job or private job and get 1 month salary, or do so whatever for purpose of living. Making money is a target. Making money has become an ambition of every intellectual, every professional. So I'm not saying all, but there are few percentages as well who don't believe in just making money, but majority, or you can say absolute majority, and 2/3 majority, and 3/4 majority, and up to 95% people, everybody has only money making target, and that's all. And when target becomes money making, then you have to keep money and money till you die. You shall not think for your country. If suppose something happens tomorrow against our country, they shall not even talk. They shall let them so, let prime minister so, let me so. Why should we worry about that? If that thing will develop, then what's the future of our country? You have to analyze yourself. If your society fails to think, to contemplate how we can preserve, as we preserve our family money, as we preserve our inherited property, we preserve our property which we earn, we preserve our money that's keeping in bank and getting interest, or investing somewhere in some company in shares, so we want to protect our money, then if this country is our money, this country, our parenthood, This country is our home. When we come from abroad, we say we are homecoming. It is home. So why we call homecoming? Because it is our home. We are just so care. We do not do it. I am unfortunately very sorry, regretful that I am not finding professionals. See, if leaders, professionals are leaders of society, engineers, doctors, all those who are professionals, they lead this country. They are required to lead this country, and not only this country, they are required to lead other countries as well. They are international status people. They have to help whole world. But first priority should go to this country because they are members of this country. They are subjects of this country. It is first priority of them to do something good for this country, but they are not doing. They have not been doing. It's only 70 years, 72 years since independence, and we have ignored this country. We have been ignoring, still we are ignoring, and that is unfortunate. Nobody cares for someone. Judges don't care for people. They have sitting on cases of millions and crores of cases for years and years. They are not scared. They are not serious. How should we solve this problem? They will simply say we have shortage of judges and we are shortage of this. Just an excuse and shoulder shedding responsibility. They are also intellectual, super intellectual they are. They can do a lot for this country, but they shall not do. They will think, oh, justice lawyer has gone, maybe same fate applies to us. That is thinking. And government also is not helping public. Government is also not helping. If somebody speaks against government, for example, I am speaking something, some journalist is speaking, some other is speaking, they'll take case and take them to the court or put them in jail and that. This means government is also anti-national. Because they are not thinking for nation, they are thinking only for their positions, that if I am Prime Minister, I am Cabinet Minister, my cabinet, they should continue for unlimited period. They are not thinking of, see example of Britain, you shall learn lessons from your masters who were masters one time. Brexit, what happened? When they lost Brexit, due to whatever reason, they misguided public or whatever, they decided to leave European Union. What did David Macron, what was his name? David Macron, what did he do to that Prime Minister? He said, I am not going to continue as Prime Minister. He just resigned. Because you people are not, he disseminated, he can say, campaigned that we should stay in European Union. But opposition parties did not support that, and that person lost, and the referendum said, no, we have to come out of it, and we have to come out of European Union. That person resigned. That is called moral character. That is called thinking for country. That person said, I cannot lead this country because if we have come out of Europe, we cannot survive properly, we cannot manage. And his results were right. His actions were, he proved later that what he said was right. Then May came, and May also could not handle. Now May has gone, and now Johnson has come. So you see, third Prime Minister in same issue. But here, whatever happens, there may be flood, there may be mob lynching, there may be whatever, there may be war or something, or failure of policies of government, economic policy failure, Notbandi failure, GST failure, whatever is there, our people don't want to live. No, I will not live. You cry, you shout, you do whatever thing, I will not live. I will use EVMs for winning election. I will do by each and every bad or good act to come into power, and that's my aim. This means they are not thinking for country, they are thinking for themselves. It may be Congress, it may be BJP, it may be all. I call all these political people are same boat. They are naked in bathroom, not only bathroom, on roads also they are naked, in streets they are also naked, in talks they are naked, in jokes they are naked in mind, they are naked in thoughts and expression. They don't wear clothes. They just talk for nonsense, just like one Prime Minister said to past Prime Minister that he knows how to take bath in bathroom wearing raincoat. This is not nakedness, this is nakedness. And this is happening in our country, and unfortunately it shouldn't happen. If you have to think for your country, think for your country. If you don't want to think for your country, means you are not doing this service to this country. You are not supporting your country, and that is your problem. Don't talk of any politician, no problem. Forget them. Don't worry about Rahul Gandhi, don't worry about Modi, don't worry about someone else, worry about nation. Nation is above all. If nation exists, I shall come to this nation. If this nation is intruded, if this nation is caught by some invaders, what shall happen to you? What happened to you in British time? What happened to you in Mughal time? What happened to you before that? You have to understand all this. If nation is there, you are there. If nation is strong, you are strong. If nation is advancing, you are advancing. If nation is marching, you are marching. If nation is weakened, just as happening now, you are weakened. Your value is weakened. Your international image is gone. Reputation is gone. That is what's happening. If a Prime Minister cannot handle companies of government companies, he should improve them. There are, you can say, lakhs and lakhs of engineers and professionals in the country. If a private person buys your company, that person also shall do something. Why don't you do it? Same people he will employ. Same methodology he will apply to improve that one, that organization which is failed one. Why you not do? Why you don't do? Why do you want to share our responsibility? Why government says no, I'll still sell this company and get money? Means you want just money. You don't do effect. You don't do work for country. Why don't you use utility? Why you manpower here? There's no deficiency, no depth of manpower in this country. Professionals are there, technocrats are there, engineers are there, doctors are there, professionals. Everyone is there. Workers are there. Why don't you use them to improve this company, to recover from sickness? That is your duty. Okay, if it is one or two company, I agree, but you cannot sell. You can sell whole company, whole organization. Means you are just selling prime minister. You are not a buying prime minister. You cannot improving prime minister. You have no capacity to improve something. You don't have any trust in your people. You don't have trust in your management. This means you are illegitimate people. You have no theory knowledge. You have no practical knowledge. You have no virtual knowledge. You have no visionary knowledge. You have nothing. You are just a man, and that's all. You want to do whatever you want, whatever you intend, and that's against nation. People make nation, not prime minister or ministers. We make nation. You have to ask us what you are doing. You cannot simply say all MPs should ask their public what they are doing. They are not asking. They are just voting because prime minister wants to vote. No, this is not acceptable. You are not honor of this country alone. We are your honors first. First, we are your honors because we appointed you to these positions. You did not come on your own. So you have to report to us first. But you are simply voting and shame, shame, shame. Ha ha ha. This is your cricket football team. This shall not happen in this country. Stop this, or this country is going to ruins. This country is going to thunders. This country shall dip into ocean one day if you continue like this. This means you are not interested in the country. You are just interested in continuation of your position, and that's it. Well, this is what I want to tell about this. Don't sleep, my dear friends, my dear country people. Understand, think, and think. Think what country you are is. Think where you are in your country. Think what contribution you can give to this country. Think how can you make better this country. If you think this, public will think. If you understand this, think and write and pose what you want to say. Speak frankly. Don't worry about someone. No one is loyal in this country. Everyone has some job. You are a member of this country. You are a citizen of this country, and you have got every right to ask question. Ask question to Prime Minister, raise question to President, raise question to Minister, raise question to whosoever you think that you have a right to ask. Don't withdraw, don't backtrack, don't worry. This is your country and you have to live until you die. No one can kill you. Just, I'm not speaking against someone and I am not speaking in favor of someone. I am speaking for my nation, Bharat. I am speaking for my country. I am speaking for public of this country. I am speaking for future of this country, and I am considering myself that I am also Prime Minister and I am also President, because everyone is Prime Minister, President. You can think like that. If you think positively, though you are not going to be Prime Minister, I'm sure you are not going to be President, but if you think like that, you will think better. This is one option, this is another option, this is third option, this is fourth option to every problem, and you can publish that, or you can send to government or private, whatever you think better for you. Let them elect it, no problem. Let them know, no problem. I have to do my duty. Do it. Why are you scared of Modi or scared of someone else? I don't want to be scared. Let it put me in jail, no problem. I'll see all those. How can I put me in jail? What wrong I have done? I have to speak for my country, and I have full right to speak for my country because Constitution empowers me. Right of speech, right of freedom, right of writing. I want to take it as an opportunity to speak for my country. It's also opportunity. It's expression. Why I cannot do this? I have right to do that. To an extent, it doesn't impact adversely another person or defame someone. I'm not defaming someone. I am for my country speaking, and that's no problem. If somebody says, say anything, who cares for you? You may be intelligent, you may be intelligent, let your intelligence remain with you. I have to speak this, I have to speak. This is my basic fundamental right. No one can stop me to do good for my country, to think for my country. Well, I will start now municipality and come back to this again. I have told you about preambles, and now this is in English. I start chapter part 9a, municipalities of our country. This is Constitution of Bharat, India. Article is 243b. We have to understand municipalities because everybody has to deal with them, though you may not deal with. Lok Sabha or assemblies that much as you have to deal with municipalities and panchayats. Panchayats, I have already conferred with you and hope that you could understand that successfully. And now you have to read yourself and then understand. Municipalities, everybody knows what is municipality, what is Nigam. 243p in this part, unless context otherwise requires. Committee means a committee constituted under Article 243s. District means a district in a state. Metropolitan area means an area having a population of 10 lakh or more, comprised in one or more districts and consisting of two or more municipalities or panchayats or other contiguous areas, specified by governor by public notification to be metropolitan area for purpose of this part. Municipal area means territorial area of municipality as is notified by governor. Sorry. Municipality means an institution of self-government constituted under Article 243Q. Panchayat means a panchayat constituted under Article 243B. Population means population as ascertained at last preceding census of which relevant figures have been published. Article 243Q. There shall be constituted in every state a Nagar Panchayat by whatever name called for a transitional area, that is to say, an area in transition from a rural area to an urban area. A municipal council for a smaller urban area, a municipal corporation for a larger urban area. In accordance with provisions of this part, provided that a municipality under this clause may not be constituted in such urban area or part thereof as governor may, having regard to size of area and municipal services being provided or proposed to be provided by an industrial establishment in that area, and such other factors as he may deem fit by public notification specify to be an industrial township. In this article, a transitional area, a smaller urban area, or a large urban area means such areas as governor may, having regard to population of area, density of population therein, revenue generated for local administration, percentage of employment in non-agricultural activities, economic importance of such other factors as he may deem fit, specify by public notification for purposes of this part. Article 243R. Save as provided in clause 2, all seats in a municipality shall be filled by persons chosen by direct election from territorial constituencies in municipal area, and for this purpose each municipal area shall be divided into territorial constituencies to be known as wards. Legislature of a state may by law provide for representation in a municipality of persons having special knowledge or experience in municipal administration, members of House of People, and members of Legislative Assembly of state representing constituencies which comprise wholly or partly municipal areas. Members of Council of States and members of Legislative Council of State registered as electors within municipal area. Chairpersons of committees constituted under Clause 5 of Article 243S, provided that persons referred to in paragraph shall not have right to vote in meetings of municipality. Manner of election of chairperson of a municipality. Then 243S. There shall be constituted wards, committees consisting of one or more wards within territorial area of a municipality having a population of 3 lakhs or more. Legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to composition and territorial area of a wards committee. Manner in which seats in a wards committee shall be filled. A member of a municipality representing a ward within territorial area of wards committee shall be a member of that committee. Where a wards committee consists of one ward member representing that ward in municipality or two or more wards, one of members representing such wards in municipality elected by members of wards committee shall be chairperson of that committee. Nothing in this article shall be deemed to prevent legislature of a state from making any provision for constitution of committees in addition to wards committees. Article 243T. Seats shall be reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in every municipality, and number of seats so reserved shall bear as nearly as may be same proportion to total number of seats to be filled by direct election in that municipality as population of scheduled caste and scheduled caste population scheduled caste in municipal area or of scheduled tribes in municipal areas bears to total population of that area, and such seats may be allotted by rotation to different constituencies in municipality. Not less than one third of total number of seats reserved under clause 1 shall be reserved for women belonging to scheduled caste or as case may be scheduled tribes. Not less than one third, including numbers of seats reserved for women belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, of total number of seats to be filled by direct election in every municipality shall be reserved for women, and such seats may be allotted by rotation to different constituencies in a municipality. Offices of chairpersons in municipalities shall be reserved for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and women in such manner as legislature of state may by law provide. Reservation of seats under clause and 1 and 2 and reservation of offices of chairpersons other than reservation for women under clause 4 shall cease to have effect on expiration of period specified in Article 334. Notwithstanding in this part shall prevent legislature of a state from making any provision for reservation of seats in any municipality or offices of chairpersons in municipalities in favor of backward class of citizens. 243U. Every municipality, unless sooner dissolved under any law for time being in force, shall continue for 5 years from date appointed for its first meeting and no longer, provided that municipality shall be given a reasonable opportunity of being heard before its dissolution. No amendment of any law for time being in force shall have effect of causing dissolution of a municipality at any level which is functioning immediately before such amendment till expiration of its duration specified in clause 1. An election to constitute a municipality shall be completed before expiry of duration specified in clause 1, before expiry of duration specified in clause 1, before expiration of a period of 6 months from date of its dissolution, provided that where remainder of period for which dissolved municipality would have continued is less than 6 months, it shall not be necessary to hold any election under this clause for constituting municipality for such period. A municipality constituted upon dissolutions of a municipality before expiration of its duration shall continue only for remainder of period for which dissolved municipality would have continued under clause 1 had it not been so dissolved. A person shall be disqualified for being chosen as and for being a member of municipality if he is so disqualified by or under any law for time being in force for purposes of elections to legislature of state concerned, provided that no person shall be disqualified on grounds that he is less than 25 years of age if he has attained age of 21 years. If he is so disqualified by or under any law made by legislature of that state, if any question arises as to whether a member of a municipality has become subject to any of disqualifications mentioned in clause 1, question shall be referred for decision of such authority and in such manner as legislature of a state may by law provide. Subject to provisions of this constitution, legislature of a state may by law endow municipalities with such powers and authority as may be necessary to enable them to function as institutions of self-government, and such law may contain provisions for devolution of powers and responsibilities upon municipalities subject to such conditions as may be specified therein. With respect to preparation of plans for economic development and social justice, performance of functions and implementation of schemes as may be entrusted to them, including those in relation to matters listed in 12th schedule, committees with such powers and authority as may be necessary to enable them to carry out responsibilities conferred upon them, including those in relation to matters listed in 12th schedule. 243X, legislature of a state may by law authorize a municipality to levy, collect, and appropriate such taxes, duties, tolls, and free fees in accordance with such procedures and subject to such limits. Assign to a municipality such taxes, duties, tolls, and fees levied and collected by the state government for such purposes and subject to such conditions and limits. Provide for further Provide for making such grants in aid to municipalities from consolidated fund of state, and provide for constitution of such funds for crediting all monies received respectively by or on behalf of municipalities, and also for withdrawal of such monies therefrom as may be specified in law. 243Y, Finance Commission constituted under Article 243I shall also review financial position of municipalities and make recommendations to Governor as to principles which should govern distribution between the state and municipalities of net proceeds of taxes, duties, tolls, and fees leviable by state, which may be divided between them under this part, and allocation between municipalities and all levels of their respective shares of such proceeds. Determination of taxes, duties, tolls, and fees which may be assigned to or appropriated by municipalities. Grants in aid to municipalities from consolidated fund of state. Measures needed to improve financial positions of municipalities. Any other matter referred to Finance Commission by government in interest of sound finance of municipalities. Government shall cause every recommendation made by Commission under this article together with explanatory memorandum as to action taken thereon to be laid before legislature of state. 243 Z. Legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to maintenance of accounts by municipalities and auditing of such accounts. 243 ZA. Superintendence, direction and control of preparation of electoral rolls for and conduct of all elections to municipalities shall be vested in State Election Commission referred to in Article 243K. Subject to provisions of this Constitution, legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to all matters relating to or in connection with elections to municipalities. 243 ZB. Provisions of this part shall apply to union territories and shall in their application to a union territory have effect as if reforms of the references to governor of a state or references to administrator of union territory appointed under Article 239 and references to legislature or legislative assemblies of a state were references in relation to a union territory having legislative assembly to that legislative assembly. Provided that President may by public notification direct that provisions of this part shall apply to any union territory or part thereof subject to such exceptions and modifications as he may specify in notification. 243 ZC. Nothing in this part shall apply to scheduled areas referred to in clause 1 and in tribal areas referring to in clause 2 of Article 244. Nothing in this part shall be construed to affect functions and powers of Darjeeling Gorkha Hills Council constituted under any law for time being in force for hills areas of district of Darjeeling in state of West Bengal. Notwithstanding anything in this constitution, Parliament may by law extend provisions of this part to schedule areas and tribal areas referred to in clause 1, subject to such exceptions and modifications as may be specified in such law. And no such law shall be deemed to be an amendment of this Constitution for purpose of Article 368. 243 ZD. There shall be constituted in every state at a district level a district planning committee to consolidate plans prepared by panchayats and municipalities in district and to prepare a draft development plan for district as whole. District panchayat draft development for district as a whole. Legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to composition of district planning committee, manner in which states in seats in such committees shall be filled, provided that not less than 4/5 of total number of members of such committee shall be elected by and from amongst elected members of panchayats at district level and of municipalities in district and proportion to ratio in district in proportion to ratio between population of rural areas and of urban areas in districts. Functions relating to district planning which may be assigned to such committees, manner in which chairpersons of such committees shall be chosen. Every district planning committee shall, in preparing the draft development plan, having regard to matters of common interest between panchayats and municipalities, including spatial planning, sharing of water and other physical and natural resources, integrated development of infrastructure and environmental conservation, extent and type of available resources, whether financial or otherwise. Consult such institutions and organizations as governor may by order specify. Chairperson of every district. Chairperson of every district planning committee shall forward these development plans as recommended by such committees to government of state. 243 ZE. There shall be constituted in every metropolitan area a metropolitan planning committee to prepare a draft development and development plan for metropolitan areas as a whole. Legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to composition of municipality, composition of metropolitan planning committees, manner in which seats in such committees shall be filled, provided that not less than two-thirds of members of such committees shall be elected by and from amongst elected members of municipalities and chairpersons of panchayats in metropolitan council area in proportion to ratio between population of municipalities and of panchayats in that area. Representation of such committee of Government of India and Government of state and such organizations and institutions as may be deemed necessary for out carrying out functions assigned to such committees. Functions relating to planning and coordination for metropolitan areas which may be assigned to such committee. Every metropolitan planning committee shall in preparing in the effective list. Okay. Yeah. Every metropolitan planning committee shall in prepare a draft development plan having regard to plans prepared by municipalities and panchayats in metropolitan area, matters of common interest between municipalities and panchayats, including coordinated spatial planning of area, sharing water and other physical and natural resources, integrated development of infrastructure and environmental conservation. Overall objectives and priorities set by Government of India and Government of States. Extent and nature of investment likely to be made in metropolitan areas by agencies of Government of India and of Government of State and other available resources, whether financial or otherwise. Consult such institutions and organizations as government may by order specify. Chairperson of every metropolitan planning Chairperson of every metropolitan planning committee shall forward development plan as recommended by state committee to government of state. 243 ZE. Notwithstanding anything in this part, any provision of any law relating to municipalities in force in a state immediately before commencement of Constitution 74th Amendment Act 1992, sorry, which is inconsistent with provisions of this part, shall continue to be in force until amended or repealed by a competent legislature or other competent authority, or until expiration of 1 year from such commencement, whichever is earlier. Provided that all municipalities existing immediately before such commencement shall continue till expiration of their duration, unless sooner dissolved by a resolution passed to that effect by legislative assembly of that state, or in case of state having a legislative council, by each house of legislature of that state. 243 G. Notwithstanding anything in this constitution, validity of any law relating to delimitation of constituencies or allotment of seats to such constituencies, miracle or okay, validity of any law relating to delimitation of constituencies or allotment of seats to such constituencies made or purporting to be made under Article 24 3 ZA shall not be called in question in any court. No election to any municipality shall be called in question except by an electoral petition presented to such authority and in such manner as is provided for by under any law made by legislature or state. So this is about municipalities. Then there is a part 9, schedule class and tribe areas. Now, in the translation, I don't think let me see, I have a good time, how much can we say about that? I don't think we'll be able to talk in Hindi now. So let's continue English one, which has happened. Or if I can speak something better, let us try, if it's possible, to speak in Hindi. नगर पालिकाएं इस भाग में जब तक इस संदर्भ से अन्यथा अपेक्षित न हो, समिति से अनुच्छेद 243 के अधीन गठित समिति अभिप्रेत है। जिला से किसी राज्य का जिला अभिप्रेत है। महानगर क्षेत्र से 10 लाख या उससे अधिक जनसंख्या वाला ऐसा क्षेत्र अभिप्रेत है जिसमें एक या अधिक जिले समाविष्ट हैं और जो 2 या अधिक नगर पालिकाओं या पंचायतों या अन्य संलग्न क्षेत्रों से मिलाकर बनता है, तथा जिसे राज्यपाल इस भाग के प्रायोजकों के लिए लोक अभिसूचना द्वारा महानगर क्षेत्र के रूप में निबंधित है। But I think we'll read it wrong because it will take time. Don't get upset, and later on it's very important. So I will draft constitutions and write on that. मैंने पहले बोला इंग्लिश में लटने सी, हिंदी में भी जानना आपको जरूरी है कि भारत का संविधान आखिर है क्या। ये जो हम नगर पालिका की बात कर रहे हैं, क्या करेगी हमारे लिए। मैंने देखा है, आपने भी देखा होगा, नगर पालिकाएं जैसा लिखा गया है वैसा कुछ नहीं कर रही हैं, बस पैसे खराब कर रही हैं। आप जाके देखिए जगह जगह गाँवों में, शहरों में, अर्बन एरियाज में, सब अर्बन एरियाज में किस तरह से म्यूनिसिपल पैसा खराब करती है। वे दे आर स्पेंडिंग दिस मनी जस्ट वेयर इज नॉट अंडरस्टैंडेबल। You see, in my area, I have seen some villages, some areas. What they do, they search, for example, pavement, they lay pavement existing one. They don't excavate that one, it's existing one, they just lay on that at rise level. When they rise level of payment levels of all shops and all houses are down, then they have to fill back something in their area where water should stagnate and earth should be charged of water. These people just put in something and put concrete this area so the access is clear. Issue is that first you are not excavating pavement and then you're just putting another pavement on that pavement, and then after some time you're breaking that pavement just for laying of electric cable or some water line or sewer line, and then two times, three times you break that pavement and that pavement is gone. It's happening. Come and we can come and see here it's happening, and I think in every part of the country it's happening. This is money is being wasted by engineers, by by officers and by commissioners and municipalities, everyone. Why are they wasting? Why don't they have an accurate plan? Why don't they coordinate the officers? This is problem to answer. This is a problem they have to answer. But nobody is serious. No one is raising any questions. No one is asking municipalities. No one is asking something, and there's no one to understand. Just they stay, pay money to contractors, and that's it. Nothing else. And then when we have shares, and we get the shares. This was happening. It's unacceptable. After all, this is not my money, your money. Why don't we feel something is yes, well sport? If we will lost some, okay, if your rotis we keep at night in the morning, it does what they give rotis and some other food to cow. No problem. But how many times? How many times they will give that? It's not a question. You think so? Look, we are a great country. We are a big country. And same way we are spending our money. Why you are spending money? Why are we spending our money? That's a question. Constitution says one thing and we don't understand that thing, and Constitution says so many things and we don't understand anything. After all, we have to understand money comes by hard work. Money comes by burning your blood. Money comes by standing in sun. Money comes by many work. Everybody is not rich without money. Everybody is not lucky to just sit and get money. Pandits are lucky, they sit in temples and just get dakshinas. They enjoy on that dakshinas. The property dealers, they enjoy property deals. Hardly 20% people or 25% people are in work, real work. They produce, they make it, and they earn it. But our case is different. It's now already your time, see, in evening say, and you come from your business, you say, I'm tired, I did some, you did nothing there, just sat whole day and they counted the money. You say, I have done a lot, I have made this much money. But what you did for your country? This is a question. There are so many people who don't do anything. 60% people sit to eat based on other people earning. You don't say, for example, there are so many people in property dealing, in dealership, in transaction business, and where there is no production now, there's no flow, there's no workshop, there's no production time, there's no production item, but they are making money. Workforce is there in factories or in non-factories areas where they are doing something for this nation, but they are being exploited. Owners who have a lot of money, they don't care. You may get them from China, you may get them somewhere, they don't care. Our politicians don't care. This is problem with politicians. Until we amend these politicians, we cannot do something. It's very important to understand that politicians are politicians and we are supporting them. We are doing other why we are supporting, I don't know. Why are we supporting them? Until we people, जब तक हम भारत के लोग ये समझेंगे नहीं कि हमारा देश क्या है, हमारा संविधान क्या है, हमारा कर्तव्य भी नहीं समझते हम, कर्तव्य नहीं समझते। मैं फिर एक बार को प्रेमल बताया देता हूँ, हिंदी में इंग्लिश में दोनों में बहुत जरूरी है। आप कहेंगे बार बार की बात बताया यार, नहीं बार बार की बात बताया यार, बहुत जरूरी है जानना, आपको समझ आना चाहिए। क्यों नहीं समझ आई, बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्यों नहीं समझ आपको? आप भारत के लोग नहीं है क्या? हम भारत के लोग नहीं है क्या? हम भारत के लोग इस भारत को क्या बनाना चाहते हैं और क्या बन गया, ये बात सोचने की है। हम क्या चाहते थे बनाना? देखिए अब एक बार फिर बोलते हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया प्रीएम्बल्स, वी पीपल ऑफ इंडिया हैविंग solemn we people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thoughts, expression, will, sorry, liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and so on. equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote them all among all, fraternity, assuring dignity of an individual and unity and integrity of nation. On 26th January, that's January 1949, very limited time left for English responses, but it doesn't matter. This constitution says if you are a good person, you are a nationalist one, but if you think of structures of your management, whatever are these structures, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state assemblies, constitution, municipality, where these were sitting, they do not go